Now we turn to Williamson County, where things aren't going much better, and we have evidence of that in missing Mallory. It's 11:08. We're joined by Todd Rumsey, who is the president of No Kill Williamson County, and Pam Stafford, who is the Education and Community Outreach Director. And I don't know when this all began, about a week ago or so, or getting close to, but Mallory was a puppy that you were trying to adopt. Now, this was for you personally.
This was on Wednesday, February 13th.
Yeah.
It was first brought to our attention that Mallory, she's a pregnant female dog in the care of Williamson County Animal Control. I approached them to adopt Mallory, take them out of their system, take on all the cost of her care and feeding, and was told that that was not going to be allowed and that she was going to be spayed on Friday, which means when at that term in her pregnancy, we were literally going to abort her live puppies.
All right, so how do they do that, by the way? I mean, I know how we abort humans, but how do they do that with puppies?
Well, the puppies are removed from the dog's womb, and the specific details on how they die, I couldn't tell you, but I've heard stories where they're just left to suffocate.
Oh, okay. So they just yank them out, throw them in the trash, let them suffocate. And
exactly.
Then spay her and sew her up.
And the procedure is pretty common.
Now, why would they do that? Because there's an expense involved. Why would they do that instead of just, when you're there interested in adopting this particular dog with her puppies, why would they deny you the ability to adopt her in order to carry this out?
I've asked that question myself.
Well, I know that. I'm saying, what was their answer?
Their answer that day was that these are not live puppies because they're not born yet. Yeah, well, that was the only answer I got.
It might shock you to know, Todd, we don't have much of a better definition for human beings either. 70 million abortions later. All right, so, but then eventually you did adopt the dog.
Well, I
paid for.
we had an outcry of support within our community. Thank goodness our no-kill advocates spoke out. And by Friday morning, the day following my attempt to adopt her, the director at Williamson County Animal Control stated that he was going to allow her to be adopted. Now, I was excited to hear that. I thought I would be the first person notified.
You saved the puppies' lives. Yeah, you would think, all right, if we're going to allow it to be adopted and you've already wanted to adopt her, you would think that would have been it. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Doug Brightwell. Real bright guy. All right, so nobody contacts you, obviously.
Nobody contacts me. The following day, Saturday morning, I'm in there walking dogs and cleaning kennels, which I do every Saturday with my family as a volunteer. And I find the dog padlocked in a cement pad. Now, this is 24 hours after we've been told the dog has been adopted. Our community had been misled.
All right. So at what point did you actually pay for and fill out the adoption paperwork?
12:30 Saturday afternoon.
But after you saw she was still there?
After I saw she was still there.
So you were told she was adopted, but then there she was as you were sweeping.
And I confirmed that she was adoption available according to the paperwork.
And so I assume you go to the front desk and fill out your paperwork and write your check, and they take it.
Absolutely.
So now at that point, you're ready to leave with your dog, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so what happens from there?
Director Brightwell makes a call to an employee, tells them we're not going to leave with the dog, and we're left standing there confused.
Is this spite because you guys stopped the dog from being, I don't know if we call it, I don't want to disrespect the human births, but I guess because we weren't allowed to abort these puppies and spay this dog?
I have no idea why I was being denied, other than the fact that they know at this point that I'm the president of No Kill Williamson County, Tennessee. I represent a group of concerned citizens who want things to change within our shelter.
It sure sounds like spite. I'm saying it. You don't have to. If that makes you uncomfortable. All right, because there's no other reason. I mean, I wonder if I had been there Saturday at 12:30 and I filled out the paperwork, and if I paid for that dog, would I have left with it, having no affiliation with No Kill Williamson County?
What I was being told repeatedly was the dog had been adopted. I couldn't understand how I could fill out and complete an adoption contract, which was witnessed by an employee of Animal Control, and how they could take my payment and then turn around and tell me that somebody else had already adopted the dog.
Oh, but wait, there's more. So when you ask, the dog's been adopted, may I see proof of that? Did you ever get proof of that?
None.
Right. And then now you would think, okay, well, obviously we got a really bad director here. Perhaps there's a mayor or somebody that could come down and fix things. How did that work?
Well, luckily, a friend of mine happened to have the mayor's phone number, and we called him, and he came down.
Oh, well, so great. It's resolved. You have the dog.
No, it's not resolved. Again, the mayor told us that he's being told the dog's paid for, and the dog is not going to leave with us. I specifically asked the mayor at that point in time to explain to me why I was not notified when the dog became available for adoption, since I was, as far as we know, the first person who asked to
Any
adopt the
interest
dog.
whatsoever in this animal?
The only response I got at that point was to be told by the mayor that I better be careful.
Oh, what was he, like, hanging out with Obama now? We're threatening. What are you, Bob Woodward? You better be careful. All right, so anybody here seen our old friend Mallory? If she's adopted, somebody has her, right?
We are told that she has been adopted and that somebody has her. We know for a fact that she did not leave that shelter until at least late Saturday night. That's 48 hours after the
How
community.
does she leave when the shelter's closed?
We have no answers to that either. We've asked all these questions, Michael. We've asked our commissioners. We've asked the mayor. We've sent emails. We've made phone calls. We get no response.
I'm flabbergasted. I mean, this is like a made-for-TV movie getting ready to happen. Did we find out these puppies are made of gold or something? Is there something about this particular animal that we're unaware of, that she's being ushered out in secrecy in the middle of the night?
Well, apparently she's made of something like gold, because the rescue who we are told she went to adopts out 94% cats. They're not even a dog rescue. So
were we
the
not allowed
whole
to bring
thing
that name up,
confuses
by the
us.
way? Are we not allowed to?
I don't know.
All right, is that where we think Mallory is, St. Francis?
Yes.
Yes.
And has anybody called St. Francis and confirmed that she's there?
People have attempted to call St. Francis.
All right, and they won't say.
I'm not sure if they're getting a response or getting their phone calls returned, but yes, we know people have attempted.
Okay, so if you as an individual are wanting to adopt this dog and its puppies, and then we find out that she is at a rescue center, I mean, are they adopting? Are they going to adopt her out now? Did anybody refund your money yet, by the way?
No.
Are they refusing to? Or?
No, they're not. I don't want my money refunded.
Well, you
I
want the
have
dog,
a
but yeah.
contract to adopt the dog, and I want that contract fulfilled.
Okay. All right. So I'm just trying to make sure we haven't stumbled on some kind of fleecing scheme that there's a way that they fleece money and multiple adopt the same pet.
It is a bit confusing how their system would allow two people to pay for the same dog.
There
at
would
the
certainly
same
be no
time.
safeguards against that, right?